I'm Nick By, and welcome to Pocket for Tuesday, the 5th of May. Today on the show, the hero we deserve, butt soles, and me's on my mobile. Alright, here's what's been making headlines. A modder has apparently made Aliens Colonial Marines good. I call bullshit, but let's hear this story out. Templar GFX's ACM overhaul aims to fix all of the things that people didn't like about Gearbox's game when it launched, including those things which led to a false advertising lawsuit. ACM Overhaul contains a bunch of graphical enhancements, which brings it up to par with that now infamous E3 demo from 2012. It also includes new AI and gunplay, which makes the xenomorphs genuinely scary. The mod, which is for PC only, is still receiving updates as more people playtest. Alright, I retract my call of bullshit. That is... cool shit. EA has taken down a fan-made Donald Trump propaganda video which used audio from Mass Effect 2. The video was removed from YouTube after Trump shared it on Twitter with the caption, "Make America Great Again." EA told Game Informer that the video was an unauthorized use of our IP. We do not support our assets being used in political campaigns. Also, f that guy. Okay, they didn't say that, but they were thinking it. Now, over 30 pieces of concept art, which are reportedly of God of War 4, have been leaked on nerdleaks.com. The artwork was discovered on the website of former Sony Santa Monica concept artist Finian McManus. If they're real, they tell us a couple of interesting things about the game. Kratos has an axe, he appears to be spending time in a variety of prisons, and lastly, but most importantly, Kratos has a beard. Which is shocking, because Kratos is almost defined by the fact that he does not have a single hair follicle anywhere on his body. And we know this because we've seen pretty much all of his body. Team Ninja's upcoming action RPG Neo is getting a demo. The PS4 exclusive, inspired by games like Dark Souls and Onimusha, will run a limited alpha demo which will be available for download from the 26th of April until the 5th of May. At this point, it will slip off the PlayStation Store and join PT in the digital graveyard. Players who download and finish the demo will gain access to special content when the game launches at the end of the year. I'm joined now by Rad to discuss our final news story. Hey, buddy.
Hey!
Overwatch's Tracer is the latest character to become a hero of the storm. Rad, we're both MOBA fans.
Yep.
Are you still playing Heroes?
No, not that much.
Does Tracer interest you?
It does, in that one thing that I really didn't like about Heroes of the Storm is you can't attack and move at the same time, but Tracer can.
They certainly have got more of the emphasis on her mobility.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it actually truly feels like the character from the shooter has been put into the MOBA. That a lot of the other characters, I think they do a great job incorporating all the other characters, but it's kind of like, we're changing a lot of your abilities to fit in this world. Where it feels like there is actually just a tiny person with the, like an Xbox controller controlling her on the thing. Yeah.
She looks super mobile, which is so important for MOBAs.
Yeah.
And she looks really fun, and she's like, still got a bit of her kind of like sassiness.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of pace to her character, which for me, Heroes has always felt a bit sort of slower and chunkier. And this feels like, oh, maybe I could get into that.
In a weird way.
And it also looks like she probably has a high skill cap. That a lot of that character seems to be about positioning.
Yeah.
She's got a very short attack range.
Yeah.
She's super mobile. She's kind of like a glass cannon.
Yeah.
So I feel like
she's a quick glass cannon who you have to have good timing with and be able to like see the telegraphing of other people's attacks so that you can skip them.
Yeah.
With a little rewind.
Yeah. And to deal with her, you kind of crowd control. Just clamp her down, hope she's out of position, and then send in the heaviest person to just step on.
She's like a mix between Weaver and Wind Ranger.
These are Dota characters, if you don't know. John, throw up some pictures of Weaver and Wind Ranger. We'll just sit quietly.
And now put Weaver's face on Wind Ranger's body.
And now change the butt of Weaver so it's not so sexy.
I think it's really cool as well that Blizzard have really built this amazing ecosystem of all their characters, that all the games feed into one another. So you've got things like card backs from Heroes of the Storm or Overwatch in Hearthstone, and you've got characters from different games coming into all their other games.
Yes, that is something I've always liked about Heroes of the Storm. Okay, now following the lead of Tracer's butt controversy, here's some Dark Souls butts for you. It's Thing of the Day. It's Thing of the Day. Dark Souls 3 has a surprisingly diverse amount of fashion options, which makes the odd wardrobe malfunction inevitable. Sadly, it's making players who pose in long, flowing dresses the butt of the joke. It's Thing of the Day. Okay, now it's talk through time where you suggest a topic and we talk through it. Today's topic comes in from Hunter Stanford, who says, can you guys please talk about Nintendo's business plans and whether or not the NX and Nintendo smartphone apps will be a hit or a miss? Thanks, Hunter. Thanks, Hunter. The NX, we don't know too much about,
Yeah.
other than possibly its name and the fact that, you know, those controllers were printed that weren't real.
Yep.
Would you have been happy using those?
No, they looked awful.
No one would have
And
been
uncomfortable.
Happy. Yeah. But, so that we can do nothing other than really speculate about that. But we do know about Nintendo's smartphone strategy, as they have launched Miitomo. You've been playing Miitomo?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, me too.
It changes you as
It
a
does.
person.
How does it change you?
There's just something about seeing these horrifying little mates having conversations with each other that's just deeply unsettling.
If you haven't seen Miitomo, it's like a Tamagotchi that you create. It's the little avatar of you.
It's not even as interesting as that.
It's not, because you don't need to keep it alive or anything. And then the whole ecosystem is basically built around the game asks you questions, which you answer, and then it tells your friends your answers to
Yeah.
these questions, and then asks them to answer them as well.
And says your answers in a creepy robotic voice.
Best answer ever.
Amazing.
Can I borrow it?
The text-to-speech stuff is the only thing I really like about it, because I go, it's actually pretty accurate, and it
Yeah.
is funny hearing those voices. But there's this weird balance where I go, a couple of days ago, the game asked me, what is your favorite type of bread? And I went, Nintendo, what are we doing here right
It's
now?
because it ties into itself because you can get the bread clothing.
But it's just, okay, Rad, okay.
I have the bread pants.
But-
that I do like.
But by asking me that question, I went, right, so I could answer that question and say, you know, a nice sourdough or a dark rye.
Oh, really?
But then if I answer that question, all my friends get that piece of information, and it's like, I don't care. I don't care what Nick's favorite bread is. So what it feels like you're gaming the game when you go, okay, I'm gonna give it like a dirty answer.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna swear in it so that my friends hear me swear.
Yeah.
And then I go, well, that's a weird ecosystem for Nintendo to be creating.
Everything in this game is kind of really slow. The loading screens are really slow. The little games you play are slow. All the conversations you have are slow.
The animations are repetitive.
Everything,
and
yeah. It's,
I do feel like, so Greg Miller, who was formerly of IGN, and he is now kind of funny, that sort of corporation, he has this great point. He says that Nintendo make great toys. And I think that's so true, that Nintendo have transitioned into being a toy company. That's not necessarily
Yeah.
a negative, but the Wii wasn't a great game machine, but it was waggling around things, and that's a fun toy. And even the Wii U, it feels like a toy pad. And I think that the Miitomo thing is, again, it's not really a game. It is more of an interactive toy situation. But Nintendo have considered it successful. They tweeted out that by April 1st, the game had been downloaded 3 million times, which is huge.
yeah, that's a lot.
I don't know how many people are still playing that. I'm not playing it anymore.
I have it installed still, but I'm waiting for the time that I uninstall it.
Yeah, I don't know what their end game... Where do you think the end game for Miitomo is?
I'd love to see my me doing things like, you know, a Mario-themed Endless Runner, or in Mario Kart, driving a little cart and things like that.
And if you're in Miitomo and you put on the bread pants,
Yeah.
then you launch up the Endless Runner or whatever, and you're endless running in bread pants,
Yeah.
leaving little crumbs
Just
everywhere.
high fashion.
Yeah, I guess that is cool, and then ultimately you then just need to back that up with really great, fun games
Yeah.
that you would want to play with your me in there.
Yeah,
So
and-
it's not just a gimmick.
And I think you've got a really great opportunity as well to do something like sell custom amiibos, or like plans that you can 3D print them and then make your own little dudes. Because they've already got amiibos, and it's like, yeah.
That is legitimately the best thing you have ever said.
Copyrighted.
Because that if you could make a me in that whole design with that feel of an
Yeah,
amiibo,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the production thing is like there,
Yeah, I
where
have
it's
no idea.
every single one is completely different to every single other one, but that is such a good idea.
I would want one.
I would
Like, I wouldn't even use it.
I would
just
get
want
so
one.
many.
Yeah.
Bread pants, no pants, Well, that's about it. I have 2, but that's all you need. All right, guys, that's it for today's episode of Pocket. Would you print out an amiibo with bread pants or no pants? Are you playing Miitomo? Are you excited for Nintendo's mobile strategy? Let's not talk about the NX because we don't know anything about it. Let us know in the comments. And while you're there, please check out More Good Game on Facebook, YouTube, and iView. Want to meet fellow Pocketeers? Then join the Pocketeers Facebook group and Steam group. Talk about bread pants. You can follow Good Game on Twitter at Good Game TV. Follow Pocket at Nick Boy, at Pierre, at GG Edit Monkey, and at
Samky!
She's at Unhurried Yo, and there are links to everything I just said in the description below. Now, tonight's Good Game episode is enormous. Bajo and Hex are reviewing Dark Souls 3 and Quantum Break, plus I'll be taking a quick look at Uncharted 4's Madagascar level. And Rad, what's on Well Played this week?
I'm going to be doing the news, and then Michael's bringing us a story from Australia's first pro gaming house with a sports psychologist, which, by the way, if you have a Twilight t-shirt, I'd like to borrow it.
I don't. I only have Twilight underwear. And today's Thing Today graphic was made by Schmitty on your Schmitty. If you've made a thingy like Schmitty, send it Ingy. Until tomorrow, Nick, bye out.
Rat out! Ingy. Ingy Azalea.